There are 5 remote high-ticket opportunities in sales that you can get right now that can make you $120,000 per year or even more, and you may not know about them. So in this video, I'm gonna list them all out for you, and I'm also gonna give a small little explanation on each of them so you can decide for yourself which one you should go with. Also, just to let you know, I will be sharing some bonus opportunities at the very end of this video, so make sure you stick around until then, and who knows, maybe one of those would be a better fit for you. And if you're new to the channel, I appreciate the support. My name is Zach Collins. I've been in sales for well over 5 years now and have sold well over $10 million in products and services, so I'm here to let you know you can definitely trust my opinions. So with that little bit out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into number 1. Now, these are gonna be in order from 1 to 5, okay? And the number 1 thing that I have put is coaching and consulting services in the remote online space. Now, the reason I put this at number 1 is very simple. It is very abundant. There is so many different coaches and consultants that are teaching a plethora of different things inside of the remote online world. And you can easily find a good opportunity, especially when it comes to sales. Just to let you know, there is a ton of them selling super high ticket products, anywhere from $5,000 all the way up to $100,000 and even $200,000 that I've seen. Now, there's a bunch of different consulting packages that there's going to be, and you're going to see that. For some, there will be business to business consulting. For some, there will be B2C or business to consumer consulting. And then of course, there is all kinds of plethoras and stuff in that. So you will have the fitness industry, the wealth industry, make money. We'll show you how to make money. We'll show you how to get in shape. And then of course the relationship niche as well, where I guess they show you how to date, right? If you're into that, cool, you can close that. But there is a lot of different opportunities within the coaching and consulting space, and there is a ton of money to be made. So make sure you check that one out. That's why it's number 1 on my list. Now, number 2 is going to be a high ticket e-commerce business. Basically an e-commerce business just selling products and services at a very high ticket. Now, not all of them do, so you really have to search within the weeds to find this. That's why this is number 2. But the ones that I've personally trained hundreds of different sales reps, and when we place them in an e-commerce offer, especially a high ticket one, they make a crazy amount of money. Now, it all depends on how your performance is, of course, and if you can actually sell really well. But from what I've seen from our trained sales reps and a ton of others on the team, they make anywhere between $15,000 a month all the way up to $55,000 a month as a closer on commission. It's insane. And the reason for that is because the e-commerce deals are massive. They're super high ticket, and that is super beneficial if you're in the sales space, because of course you are going to be a percentage of that as a closer. And if you can close a big deal like that, you're gonna make a ton of money. Now, e-commerce usually tends to deal with things like drop shipping, Amazon FBA, things like that. So if you really like that space, that is something that you should definitely look at as fast as possible. All right, so with that being said, let's jump into number 3. And number 3 was super debatable for me to put at number 2 because I don't know, I'm still kind of questioning it. I really like number 3, and it's a great opportunity for you to make a ton of money, and you know that you can trust the product if it's actually really good. Now, number 3 is SaaS, okay? SaaS. Now, if you're new to the online world and you have no idea what that means, that basically just means software as a service, all right? That is it. So basically, a lot of these companies are designing new softwares with AI and things like that all over the world right now. There is a ton of people building these type of software companies, but if it's used as a service, they need somebody to be able to sell it. Now, some of them will do subscription models. You don't want to work for them as a closer, obviously, because you're not going to make any money. But there are some of them that have made a crazy good software, and they actually sell it to businesses and business owners to where they can implement it in their systems for the business. And you can make a ton of money as a closer on that because those are super high ticket, and you have really qualified buyers on the other side ready to pay for that. So I don't know. Maybe it is a number 2, but this is super, super good for somebody that is really familiar with software, likes software, can sell it, of course. And if you were, I don't know, a computer programmer or something at some point in your life, this will be very, very interesting for you to sell because you'll be able to explain it in depth more than most people. So SaaS is a super good opportunity in the online space. So make sure you check that out too. Yo, real quick, before we dive into number 4, I just want to say this is for the remote online guys specifically. If you are somebody that is a remote closer right now, there is a link in the description below, okay, where you can actually work with us directly and we will do you a favor by increasing your percentage by 15% or more, or you don't pay. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description, make sure and click that, fill out the little application, and we will have a call to see if we can work with you directly. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into number 4. Number 4 is gonna be tech and IT sales. This one's super, super self-explanatory. It's just technology. Being able to sell different tech inside of a massive tech company or an IT company for that matter. You're gonna sell things like, I don't know, I'm not a tech guy, but computer programs, things like that, just to make sure it solves problems for where it needs to be solved. So you're gonna sell a lot of things in that regard and you can make a lot of money there as well. They're not super high ticket, but they're also not super cheap. So you're gonna have a really good price point to be able to make a consistent income as a closer and easily be able to hit that $100,000 a year. And then last but not least, number 5. Number 5 is SMMA companies. So think about your boy Iman. Iman had an SMMA company that is a social media marketing agency. And basically what they do is they go in as an agency to different businesses and say, here's what we'll do on your social media. We either run your social media by posting content for you, or they will run ads on different social medias for different companies. And this is super beneficial to sell because most of the time it has a really proven track record and it's easy for you to say, look, here's our results, here's what we do, this is why you should buy it. And you're also going to be selling to business owners as well, which is a lot more logical standpoint and basis that you're going to be able to kind of debate on and be able to talk about. So it is a super easy sale in my opinion because you're actually talking to qualified buyers, and of course it makes sense if it actually works. So you can do very well in there. I've seen a lot of different closers within the SMMA space make anywhere between $85,000 a year all the way up to $200,000 to even $300,000 a year. So you can make quite a bit of money. You just have to be able to sell. That's pretty much it. Now, real quick, let's get into the bonuses, okay? And these are bonuses for a reason. I have the top 5 that I just listed off to you because those are very well known in the remote online world and they're not beginner in the online space. They are advanced. They've been online for majority, if not all of their careers as businesses, and it's going to be super easy for you to directly go remote, be able to work from a laptop and have location freedom. These bonuses that I'm going to tell you, they may or may not have remote opportunities. And the first one being solar. Yeah, I know solar has remote opportunities, but depends on where you're looking and if you actually want to work for that company. Now, if you do find a remote high ticket solar company that is willing to hire you remotely, that is going to be good, but remember, it's still going to be new when it comes to being remote. So it's not going to be like those top 5, but you're still going to have a little bit of location freedom. You're going to be able to take it remotely and you are going to make money. I know a couple guys that are in remote solar right now and they absolutely love it. Now, the benefit of solar, of course, is you can make a ton of money. That is no secret, right? You can make a lot of money when it comes to solar. It's just a little bit harder of a sale. So make sure you're ready for that as well. Now, number 2 as a bonus is real estate remotely. Okay. You can actually, and I'm not talking about the actual houses, but there is certain things that you can do with companies like Airbnb where you can actually work remote as a salesperson and be able to negotiate different deals. Now, I don't know how all of that works. I just had a friend that texted me. He was like, yo, real estate is definitely remote. I've done it. And I was like, cool. So if you want to look into that, definitely look into that further, but it is an opportunity for you. If you want to work remote, but you still like real estate, you can do that as well. And that is a big bonus. And of course, real estate, you can make a lot of money. That's no secret. Houses, apartment buildings, even Airbnb, they're all super expensive. So you know there's a big high ticket there. And then last but not least is insurance sales remotely. Again, there's going to be a lot of really, really good money opportunity when it comes to insurance sales remotely, right? You can make quite a bit of money. You can also be able to actually get reoccurring revenue as a closer, which is insane, but you can do that. Now, the only downfall with insurance sales remotely is it is going to be a bit on the slower side when it comes to remote and how their systems operate. They're still kind of outdated a little bit, so you got to make sure and watch out for that. Other than that, you can definitely sell it remotely because most insurance agents travel travel around anyway. So if you are able to set your own appointments, set up Zoom calls, and close those deals, you can do that as well. It's just gonna be a lot more work up front, so be ready for that. So that is my top 5 remote high ticket opportunities. Now I hope you found some value from this, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll be active in the comments to be able to answer them for you and make sure that you are getting the help that you deserve. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it brought a ton of value to you, and if it did, like, share, and comment on this video to let me know that it was awesome.